Good morning. Happy Memorial Day 2026. If you are here at the beach, you know right now we are not having what we want to call Memorial Day weather. This is going to be a inside and catch up day for me and the fam today. Maybe some movies, a couple of work things we did this morning, but man, it has been, unfortunately, for a lot of the people that visited over the weekend, it was a little stormy out there. I will tell you, sun came out about 12:30 yesterday, and we sprinted down to the beach until like 4 o'clock just to get a taste of it. So we jumped in that window. Town is packed. Listen, I had to run into Destin down by for some graduation reasons, and for the outlet mall, and it was just slammed. And 30A is no different. There are a lot of people in town, and that's what's going to lead me to what we're going to end on today. Guys, rental is doing extremely well. The summer looks fantastic. And I'm going to introduce you guys to a monster rental performer that's already got $300,000 on the books this year, non-Gulf front. Okay. I just want to show you what that, I think y'all hear that and you hear projections, but I'm going to show you one that's actually doing this. Actually did monster numbers last year, on pace this year. I'm going to get Alex or somebody from the rental world back in here next week because we were waiting on those last. I want to get into that. Let me hold that conversation. I'm going to get carried away on it because I'm fired up about it because I'm hearing from my customers and that gets me excited. So, but let's get into the numbers. Glasses on. Let's see how we did this week. You guys know that sometimes when we do these holiday weekends, it can get a little bit different, right? Like because of the incoming crowd, agents start putting out new listings, all that good stuff. So let's see where we are. New listings, 72 new listings, higher than normal. We've been right around 50. In large part, we've been in the high 40s, right? 72 is a big increase. But what do we know from watching this channel for any amount of time? 3 weeks is a trend, and this is going to be abnormal because it's a holiday weekend. Because what happens is agents and sellers will strategically put things on the market like Thursday and Friday going into Memorial Day weekend because they know the eyeballs are going to be here. Now, realistically, you can't show anything because it's all occupied. I mean, people are still here, so it's hard to get into these places. But that's why they launch it this week. So we're going to ignore that 72 unless it becomes 3 weeks in a row where we're back up in the 70s, which I do not want to see. But you know what? Pending 41, super consistent. Listen, that's even more impressive in my opinion because it's actually harder to write contracts during a holiday week and weekend because availability in large part to these properties is tough and everybody's got other things on their mind. So the fact that we put 41 under contract during this week, to me, is a great sign. That means we're staying above that 50% threshold, even though the new listings went up. Okay. Closed properties, 40. Good job, banks and title companies. Again, a holiday week. But again, everybody's trying to slam them in before the month's in, right? We'll see what happens this Friday, but that's a great sign too. All's great. Let's see price changes, 76. So 76 price changes, so right in line with those new listings, right? That's the story. People are going to, when the eyeballs are here, and man, listen, for eyeballs on your real estate listings, give everybody rainy days at the beach, right? Because they're going to start scrolling. When they're not out on the beach, they're going to start scrolling through. So it was a great time for eyeballs, right? Tough time to show, great time for eyeballs, right? So listen, those numbers do not shock me. And that's a holiday week. The most impressive thing to me, honestly, is that we wrote 40 contracts during this time. I think that's very impressive. In holiday weeks, the pending sales are what can struggle, okay? You get the looks, but writing the business can be a challenge, all right? So that's really good. I'm going to pull up something here and just go straight to it because it's going to prove my point. I'm going to pull up this new listing that we've got, and I'm not just sharing this because it's our new listing, but it's the top contender in the market at this price point, 4795, okay? Look at this, Santa Clara Street. Now I'm going to show you some pictures here. Let me make sure this is showing up great on your end. Perfect. Look at that beautiful pool. Listen, here's why I want to show this off, okay? It's a challenge. Anybody that's working with me or anybody that's an investor or, across the board, my challenge is getting actual rental numbers from agents, just being transparent. I get plenty of projections, but I want to see the actual rental numbers, like what they did. Guys, I'm going to keep flipping through this house, okay? I want to show you This house that I'm showing you in Santa Clara and Seagrove, I'm going to show you the location in a second. 6 bedrooms, built just a few years ago, did actual rental income of $375,000 last year. This year, to date, already up over $300,000 in confirmed bookings. Look at the location. Here's the beach access at the end of Santa Clara. It's just steps away. You see that? So it's not Gulfront, but this one's a good lesson. And this is why this is leading and why it's getting so much attention right now. Under $5 million, 4.795 on a ratio of $375,000. If you know of something out there in the marketplace in that price range that's doing that, send it to me because I can't find it. It's fantastic. Again, not only you get some view, but look at the amenity. This is what I want to point out. They did everything right. Amazing pool. You got some putt-putt in the back. You got fire pit. Everything in this house, every bedroom is basically a large suite. Okay? Okay? Look at the large porches. This is what I want to get to. And this is why I'm bringing this up. There's some difference in rules these days on what makes it on the rental. A lot of times people will go, well, Gulfront's going to lead. And for the most part, that is true. That is the number one amenity down here. Nothing's going to change with that. But what's happening off the beach is pretty impressive. And these rental companies that we're bringing on, they're going to tell you amenity rich and parking and ease of beach access, you're going to get the rental numbers even being 5 houses back. It's a 3-minute walk to the beach. Got a full-size pool there. Everything you need to stay and play. Multiple families can stay there. But not just this house. That's the example I want to bring up in that price point. And it's such a large number, such a large gross number for off the beachfront. But what I'm hearing from everyone, remember in the spring when I had people that June and July was not really booked all that much to this point, right? Now they're full. Now people are sending me what they've got in October, okay? So while we had a resettling of the marketplace in terms of price points, as I told you last year, some of the places were down 30% from peak COVID time. Well, guys, that was never real anyway. We knew people weren't going to stick around here every month in rent. We knew that was going to be fleeting, right? But now we've settled in. What we love, what this channel loves, what real estate loves is predictability. And now we're getting very stable with these rentals. And that's why we're seeing the increase in the pendings. It's a book of business. Imagine buying that right now. You essentially have $300,000 handed to you in this year because there's actual rental income. And that's why I get fired up about not having the actuals. Buyers and investors right now have the ability to purchase right now before June and get 70% of that rental income. Obviously, some of it's already gone because of spring break, but you still got all of the summer through October, right? And it's like instant gratification coming in. So that's why investors are moving forward. They're not waiting around on Fed chair moves, rates. They know what the rates are going to be. They look like they've leveled off. But what they're seeing right now is that the rentals are on the books. Now, sellers, does that mean you're going to get more money? No, but it's a ratio, right? Buyers like to look at that ratio of what they're going to be paying for it and what the rental income is. That'll never change. Obviously, comps are important, all those things, but across the board, from condos I have at Gulf Place, cabanas down at Gulf Place, Blue Mountain, Triggerfish, everything is doing extremely well. So it's a great time to really be getting your hands on these actual rental income for the year. Seacrest Beach, places like that are just rocking right now because I like to use this phrase, instant gratification right there on your return based on how everybody's filling up. Okay. I feel it. Beach is doing good. Big week. Sorry for everybody that had to sit in the clouds, but you know what? As a local, sometimes we need that forced downtime a little bit, but we are rocking out there. I'm actually going to meet some of you out there today from YouTube. Going to spend some time with you out in the field. Several more new listings coming up. So we are excited here. So listen, in summary, great week. Rentals are humming. I'm really excited about this summer and what we're going to be able to produce, but I'm very happy for the marketplace that they did what it did during a holiday week. 40 transactions under contract in the midst of all the chaos that goes on with Memorial Day week is a great indication. If you need me, call me. seeing several of you this week, and look forward to talking to you soon.